he'll set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so...
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Now here's a throw that's complete.
And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now back to throw. And this is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll drop to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he will find his man on the outside. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Back to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Charles. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
He'll look to throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 47. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Looking to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. 48 yards.
And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Back to throw here.
There's Mooney with another catch.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They red zone coverage there. Thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let it go again. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 51 yards.
And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
Yeah, I just got to think.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going